A subconscious belief that we all have as human beings is thinking that negative thoughts that we have, anxieties, all these doubts that we have about ourselves, it's all just who we are, right? This is just my brain. This is just what I believe. This is just who I am, right? It's always I. And once I started to look at my brain, I started to look at the negative thoughts, I started to look at my anxieties from a different perspective, a different angle, I started to realize that I was able to get out of those negative pits that I fall into way easier. I was able to get out of them, and I didn't listen to those thoughts as much as I used to once I started to look at it from this different perspective. And what that perspective is knowing that that's not you. Knowing that that is not you, and that is a outside being, an outside energy trying to hijack you, trying to manipulate you into trying to keep you down. It's evil energy. If you're religious, if you want to say Satan, the devil, negative energy, it's all the same thing. It's just negative energy of the world. If you believe in positive energy, you got to believe in negative energy as well. It's that yin yang of life. There's that polarizing opposite, right? And that's what that is. It's that evil energy of life, not wanting you to succeed, not wanting you to enjoy this journey that we all are on in life, of just being spiritual beings, having the human experience, in feeling positivity from that. It doesn't want that. The worst thing that evil could have happen to you is you turn into a positive, enlightened being. That's not what it wants. It doesn't want you to follow in those footsteps. So what is it going to do? It's going to do whatever it can do to hijack you, to keep you down. And it's going to manipulate you and disguise these thoughts that it feeds you, right? And I don't want you thinking like this is like, because like again, like I said, Satan and the devil, I don't want you to think it's like this red guy with horns just feeding you all these thoughts. No, it's negative energy. It's negative energy. But if you need to think about it in that way, if you need to structure it in your mind as an actual human form, do that. Whatever helps you, whatever helps motivate you, whatever helps like make it feel more real to you, right? But negative energy, it's feeding you these thoughts, and it's disguising what it's saying, and it's tricking you, and it's kind of telling you that you're telling yourself this. It's disguising what it wants you to believe into actually you want yourself to believe it. That's what evil does. It manipulates you and hijacks you and confuses you and makes you think that you're telling yourself this and actually you believe this, when in reality, no. It's telling you a bunch of bullshit that's not even true. And once I started to do that, once I started to know, it gave me this like pride. It gave me this like extra motivation when I knew that these anxieties that I'd have, these negative thoughts that I'd have, these negative beliefs about myself that I would have are not true. They're not from me. They're from something outside trying to hijack me, trying to stop me from enjoying this life and pursuing what I'm going to pursue in life and make a difference in the world. It also doesn't want that. The difference that we all make in this world, however you do that, in what way. And once I started to realize that, it gave me this extra motivation, this extra pride to be like, no, I'm not going to listen to this BS. I'm not going to listen to you. These are all lies. It's weird. When you kind of believe it's yourself and it's like your own beliefs and you kind of like think that it's you, it's easy to sink into them. That's what I used to do. I used to just sink into those thoughts because I was like, this is who I am. These are my thoughts. These are my beliefs. It's whatever. Once I started to like know that it isn't me, it's something different, it's something outside of me, is weird. It gave me this extra pride. And I was like, you're not going to tell me how I'm going to feel. You're not going to take this away from me. If I'm going to take this away from myself, that's one thing. But there's not going to be an outside energy, this negative energy that's going to tell me how I'm going to feel. And it's not going to take away this joy, right? That is life. And once I kind of started to look at it, it fired me up. I was like, no, I'm not going to let something else dictate my life, dictate my thoughts, dictate my beliefs. And once I kind of did it, it fired me up, and it made me so motivated that once I would start to have those anxieties, once I would start to have those negative thoughts, it motivated me to say, no, this is not true. You are lying. Get out of my head. You are lying. And I was relentless and relentless and relentless. And eventually it starts to calm down once you keep pushing and you keep climbing out of that hole. That's how I like to look at it. It's this hole, right? We're at the bottom of this hole with all these voices, all this. It's just a dark pit of all these voices telling us things, lying to us. And you start to climb up that ladder to get out. And then as you're climbing out of it, because there's times that you feel good and you feel like you're climbing out of it, and then those voices will say something that pulls you right back down to the bottom, and then you got to start climbing back up it again. But I realized it helped me continue to climb up that ladder and not look back and not open my ears to that garbage that was being fed to me. And I'm not saying you still don't have weak days, and there's not days that you don't give into. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect once you start to look at it in this way, but I just noticed that the way it changed my mindset on it, it made me look at it differently. It really helped the situation. It really helped the situation. It really helped motivate me to want to fight those thoughts, instead of giving into those thoughts like a lot of us do. We sit there and we just give into it because we think this is just who we are. It's our brains. When no, it's not. It's negative energy being fed to you. I just saw such a difference in my life when I started to look at it in this way. It just gave me that extra pride and motivation to stand up, because it's like, I'm not going to let evil take me. I think that's what I started to do. I was like, nah, I'm not going to let evil do this to me. I had so much pride. I have so much pride in that. It's like, no, I'm not going to let you do this to me. Again, if that's the way my brain's wired and this is just who I am, that's one thing, right? But I'm not going to let evil energy, I'm not going to let Satan, the devil, whatever, however you want to label negative energy, I'm not going to let that thing take me over. I'm not going to give in like that. And once I did that, it just gave me this motivation. And I don't know if this is something that will inspire you, but it inspired me, and I just wanted to share it because of that, because it's something that sounds so stupid. It sounds dumb and it sounds weird, but sometimes it's those weird, dumb things that give you the most inspiration, and it makes you change the most. There's so many concepts that I've heard and that I've read that, when you read them, they're the weirdest concepts, but they're the most effective. And that's why I want to get on here and share this, man, just because it's something that I noticed really has helped me, and it's just given me that extra pride and that extra fight to be able to battle these inner demons that we all have inside of us. So anyway, I hope you guys took something from that video. Hope you enjoyed. God bless you.